Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it, man. It's that You Heard podcast. What's going on, family? How y'all been, man? How y'all been?
Been pretty good, man.
Well, I'm chilling at Ben's crib. You could tell by my background. You
Yeah,
know what I
definitely.
mean?
It's
I'm
not.
chilling
We stay in the exact same position in the parallel universe out here, man.
chilling at the
Everything.
crib. You know what I mean? Had to hop, skip,
That's crazy.
and jump to no man's land, Florida.
For real.
That's where he
For real.
lives.
Ain't nothing out here. What's going on? Autism awareness, man. Checking us the show out live, man. Appreciate Jay Singh already in the chat. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What's going on, Pope? How you been, bro?
Not much, man. You can see I just got done with a lift, so I'm good.
Yeah, imagine having that in your crib.
Always, as always.
Right?
Nigga, man.
Right?
Gotta get
Imagine
them
just walking out,
gains, you know what I
just
mean?
walking out in the garage and having that right there. Wouldn't that be something?
Just right there. That'd be crazy. All right, man.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what it is, man. About to jump in on this intro. Come right back. We're gonna talk some new defensive back coach. All the rumors are, and then we got a list for y'all, man. We're gonna keep on talking them trenches. Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CP. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk
please.
about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't
I
appreciate
mean, what did you say? What are we talking about, son?
Get into it.
I feel keeping it a buck.
You heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Rumor broke earlier today, but kind of known a little bit for a while. A little bit of it for a while. Chevis Jackson from Marshall might be jumping on and being a defensive back coach. I'm saying Gabby's reporting it. A couple of other people, I'm saying Kane's chief already busted out the graphic. I'm saying when Kane's chief does it was like, all right, kind of feel like that's already a done deal with it. You know what I mean? So shout out to Kane's chief.
Yep.
How you feeling? How you feeling about it, Poke? What you think about the new DB?
I think just having the ties back to Guidry and having worked with him at Marshall, I think that's going to be beneficial not only to the team in general, but the fit. You know what I mean? Having a guy come in that already knows how Guidry works, and then being able to, really put that game plan into place and not have to really learn the coach, so to speak.
Yeah, which one? Joy, what you thinking over there with your, I'm saying, You Heard podcast hoodie on?
Yeah, same thing, man. He's coached with Coach Guidry, so the language they speak should be the same. They know how each other works. He could just focus on the corners, and Guidry's gonna have a big task with the safety room this year, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he could focus on that, man. And I think Chevis Jackson is a good look, man. A good hire if it's official. Hasn't been made official yet, but
yeah,
they
Miami won't do it for another week though. I'm saying they won't drop that graphic.
Things happen, son. You know what I mean? Things happen. He could, officially or verbally say he's in, and then somebody in the league hits him. You know what I mean? And he's gone. So,
Yeah. Autism says, didn't they only have 1 year together?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah,
but they were one of the best
22
defenses in the country at that time too.
Yep.
So
yeah, top 10 across. That's when they shut down Notre Dame.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right. Yep.
yeah. So yes, it was 1 year, but they work well together again. But they already have familiarity, right? Like you don't have to introduce yourself to someone. All right, look, this is the way I like to coach. This is the way I like. I'm saying this is the way I like to express myself. Yeah. They already know how each other works. They already been through the battles together. So already having that familiarity is definitely going to work. And that's another thing, right? Like there's no need to install, install the coach on how you want to do it, how you want to run it. And that there you said it, Joe, like the safeties is inexperience coming into this year. Guidry's going to have a handful So him not having to then worry about the defensive backs because he already knows how Coach Jackson works makes it easier for him to be able to focus and develop these young guys. Because I'm saying you have Xavier coming in and you have Mish coming in too, but they haven't played in the system, so that way Guidry can focus on that, and he already trusts the other guys going into a second year with Coach D. Nick. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Jay Singh drop says once he's official, I'm curious to see where his recruiting area will be. We all can't recruit South Florida. I reckon Bama, the Bayou sector, he'll focus on. I think Guidry got the Bayou pretty.
Real, yeah. You're bringing in,
that's
another tie to Louisiana along with, with Guidry as well. And we all know what the type of talent that can come out of Louisiana. So I think that's going to be a big factor as well.
Yeah, I think they want to hit that. I think they want to hit that area hard, man. You know what I mean? Louisiana per capita puts out a lot of good football players. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Alabama does too. Georgia, I think they're starting to hit Georgia crazy hard now.
Yeah.
I think when I went back and looked at like who we're targeting for next year, I think something like 14, 15 cats out of Georgia alone.
Yeah,
so.
man. Yeah.
Georgia's crazy.
Ball, man. They get it on.
You know what's crazy is like when we were talking about this, I think last week, Joe, I got Shevitz Jackson. I was like, Shevitz Jackson that played at LSU. Shevitz Jackson? Like I remembered him playing ball. I remember him playing ball. So he was serious out there, man. He had the reach out. He was good. He was a good DB.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ian Coleman, what's up, fellas? He was at Kansas, and he was good there too. Yeah.
He was at Kansas. He was at Ball State, where he was. Yeah. I think he was recruiter of the year in that conference. You know. Look
at. Yo, real quick. Look at Huddy Davis' standard for what it needs to be for the defensive back coach. Just that hoodie. That's all you saying?
That's all you want?
Yeah, I think DJ Pickett is more of a Lance Guidry, head coach guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit more personal with Pickett.
Yeah. Now you're bringing in the big dogs. You introduce them, like you make them familiar, like, hey, see how they mesh and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the loafers and Guidry on Pickett. Yeah. But I'm saying Ben Hanks would be crazy. Yeah, that 3 would be bananas right there. I got Al Anderson in the building. What up, fam? Yo, we still got to talk about
what's good.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do some things, man. Trying to help him out with whatever he needs. You know how I do. Yeah, Shevitz Jackson. So we'll see what happens. Like Joe said, somebody from the league could call. Be like, hey man, I see what you're doing down there. I want to see what's popping. But again, I'll push back a little. I don't know if anybody in the league wants to deal with this madness down here that's happening in college football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they want to deal with NIL and all the different movement pieces. So it's a little bananas out here, man. It's a little bananas.
Oh, and it's Hilton, Drake, Stubbs.
Yeah,
Davis.
You gotta say
just want to make sure you get that out there.
Stubbs.
All three. Hilton, Drake, Stubbs. Every time. Shout out to our guy CB, man. He's taking a sick day. Shout out to him, man. Corey Smith says, hopefully this recruiting is on par with his coaching. We need this year to be the year of the year. Yeah. These are the guys, man. Like Joe said it a lot. I always cite my sources and Joe said it. We need that number one. We haven't had, I can't remember the last time we had a number one DB, like unquestionable, coming into the class. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe would have cried last year and ate maraschino cherries if we would have got, you know what I'm saying? Robinson, but we didn't. It ended up having he stuck with his original commitment.
I still have hope. Transfer portal is huge. You know what I mean? Yeah. I still have hope.
Yeah, transfer portal is huge. See, our weekend was rainy, fam. The entire state was covered in rain the entire weekend, and it's like shitty cold rain too. So, yeah, that's what it is. It's not great. It's not great, man. Let me tell you, it is not fantastic.
Guys complaining they get
about the weather.
Fabulous weather 8 months out of the 9 months out of the year, and complaining about a couple of days, man. See?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you know you entitled, son. That's how you know you entitled.
Yeah, absolutely. First world problem.
It's what it is.
First world problem. Yeah, I took a nap today too with that rain. That rain nap hit different. Hey, look, it's my mama. My mama out here. What up, mom? Damn, I can't say nothing. All right.
Are you serious?
Hey, mom. Yeah, that's my mom's, man. Yeah. Why would I
Hey,
make that up?
mama, what's going
Yeah, that's my
on?
mom. That's my mom right there checking us out, man. Hey, mom.
All
Love you.
All right. Shout out to
Yeah, my
Now
mom
my
in the
voice
building,
has
man.
to change and my language.
Yeah,
has
now I
to
gotta.
change.
You see how I moved up
We
in the
sit
seat.
up
I
a
That's
can't.
where you
little
sat
bit.
up.
Let me just for just getting myself together here. Yeah, man. All right, look, we talked about it all week, man. It's back to getting, said properly, like I'm in an interview.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, look, see my mama. You know what I'm saying? Love you too, ma. Go. It's probably past your bedtime. I love you. You know what I'm saying, my mom. Sun goes down. It's a wrap. All right. So look, man. We already told you guys we're continuing our segment, our top 5 guys at each position. We're doing the D line today. We did the O line. Joe was out. We did the O line. Took care of that. This week we're doing defensive tackle and edges. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna drop the Kingsville ad right here, and we'll come back with our top 5 edges, and then work our way into the middle. All right, let's go. Kingsville.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure
I don't get to do my O lines, huh? That's what we're
Nah.
doing now.
you were in the chat that day, Joe. All right, go ahead.
Did I drop
Say your
my
left,
fi-
right,
did I
O line.
drop my 5?
Yes, you did, Joe. You don't
Okay.
remember that long? It was
I gonna
3
drop
weeks
my
ago.
5.
It was the same as ours, man. It was the same as Polk. Yeah, we had the consensus. It was Markel Bell, Jalen Rivers, Zach Carpenter, Honest Cooper, and Cece. That's what it
might
was.
have changed, but all right, you know. it's
Everybody
whatever.
can't change in 3 weeks. We'll do. Hey, look, we're gonna revisit this again going into fall ball. You know what I'm saying this is our way too early spring practices, which they drop with spring practices, top 5 guys on the edge. So that's how we're gonna do it. We all gonna have our list. You know what I'm saying? We discuss it, and then at the end of the show, you'll see the graphic pop up with the final 5 at that position.
This is where
So,
my
Joey.
list is housed. This is where my list is housed. On
Chipotle
the
all
back
day.
of this napkin.
Ooh, Port Knox,
Man.
good shout. Tracy Howard was the last numero uno. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
Tracy
5
Howard
star.
was-
Tracy Howard was a 5-star coming out.
Tracy Howard was a 5-star, absolutely. Crucial year for Kelly and Wayne. Yeah. All right, Joey, let's go. Your top 5 edges.
All right, I'm going from 5 to 1. I'm you know, they get numbered out here, man. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Let's
So
do
this
it.
is top
Right.
5 going into spring. And to
Yeah.
preface my list moving forward, there will be
Nobody get mad.
there will be no incoming freshmen on my list because they haven't done shit. So I don't know
Unproven.
how they're gonna look. I'm not high school doesn't count to me. Like you're in college now.
Mhm.
All that high school shit was cute, but you're
Yeah.
in college. So there'll be no freshmen on my list. At 5.
Throw it up, Ant. And we're doing our top 5. Doing our top 5 edges, man. Joey's going through his list. Going into
At
spring.
5,
Yeah. Go.
Jaden Wayne.
Okay.
Got some burn last year. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Showed flashes, definitely, but also showed some freshman things. You know what I mean? So I expect him to take a big step this year. Second year in the defense, I'm sorry. I expect him to take a big step going into the spring. And remember, this is going to change after the spring. After we see the spring
Yeah.
game,
Yep.
definitely going to change.
Yeah.
At 4, Najee Kelly.
Ooh, okay.
Najee Kelly was injured most of the year last year. But we know about the athleticism. We know about the speed. We know about the length. You know what I mean? So Najee Kelly at 4, I think he's going to take a huge step in this defense. Number 3, transfer, Elijah Austin.
Oh,
Seen
okay.
him play
Yeah.
live. You know what I mean? Elijah Austin is a problem. athleticism. He has the motor. And in this particular defense, the way Coach Guidry likes to use him, I think he's an 8 to 10 sack guy this year.
Ooh, that's big. Okay.
At number 2, Mezzador, Akeem Mezzador. Injured most of the year, but we know what he can do from the previous year. He's versatile. He can play inside, outside, man. He gets to the quarterback. He has a motor out of this world. Good size, good strength. You know, number 1.
He's crazy.
You know, Ruben
I wrote him in before you even started. We're being honest. If we're being honest, he was already there.
Yeah. First year, we already know what it is, man. He exceeded expectations his first year. And what's crazy is he's not the fastest. He's strong, but he's not the strongest. He doesn't have the length. He doesn't have the height, but his toolbox is bananas. Like
technique is
the
crazy.
way he uses his hands, the way he uses his leverage, the way it's like he studies the shit out of the old lineman, man, and he knows what they're gonna do. And his counter is crazy. Like his counter moves are crazy. He has moves on top of moves, man. So Ruben Bain definitely number 1 for me.
Bain, before we go to you, Ruben Bain, what stood out to me and it replays in my head every time you say his name is when he threw that Clemson lineman just completely out of the way.
Senior? Is he a senior?
Yeah, senior. Yeah, a grown man, probably like a COVID year senior type guy. I just threw him completely out of the way. Like he hasn't even had he had the 8 months in. Now he has a full year in the system. You know what I'm saying? Know what's expected of him. And we're talking about a guy who's ACC Rookie Defensive Player of the Year, and freshman All-American. And he's going to get better. Like, Charles King. That might be a good shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good, John Randall, yeah.
And what's ill, Ben, is that play wasn't even about him being stronger than the old lineman. It was just the leverage he used and him. He got him up under that chicken wing, you know what I mean? And man,
he understood that's what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He has a plan. He always has a plan every time.
Yeah, and he has a plan to the plan, right? Like he has a backup, like, all right, he did this. And it's instantaneous. Like his mind is crazy on that D-line. Because you're doing that in a couple seconds. Let's go through a couple of these comments before we get to you. So, Ant, we'll get to your question here. Remind me at the end of the show. We'll get to your question at the end of the show. We're doing just trenches right now, our top 5 D linemen, starting with the edges and then going in.
We was just talking about that, Ant, before you got on. We were talking about that privately, and we'll discuss that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. Yeah, man, make sure you hit the like button. So, all right, Poke, give me your top 5. So should I just write Bain in at number 1, or you gonna come with a surprise here?
I don't know. We'll see. No, yeah,
we'll see.
Just write him in at number 1. I think that's the consensus. But yeah, I'm gonna go reverse order like Joe. 5, I'm gonna go with Kelly. The only reason I'm putting him there is just because coming off that injury and being such a young player, it's just how he's going to come back from it. I mean, we've seen what he can do when healthy. So that's the only reason I have him at 5 right now. 4, Jaden Wayne. I'm going to put him at 4 there just because we saw, some of the explosiveness he showed last year. And I'm just excited to see the jump he's going to take forward this year with, another year under his belt and having, more time to develop, get stronger, faster, all that good stuff. 3, I'm going with Mezzi. Again, just coming off the injury. He missed almost the entire season. It's just seeing, how healthy he's going to be. He could easily be, number 2 on my list as well. It's just, just the uncertainty there with how he's going to come back from the injury and everything like that. 2, I'm going with Alston. I've liked this guy from the moment I knew we were getting him and he was transferring in. And I've said it from the jump, this kid's going to be special.
Yeah.
And you're seeing those grades come out. He's like the top ranked transfer portal edge,
by 10 points.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But he's going to be my number 2 guy, and of course, Bain is at the top there. Just for all the reasons Joe stated, for all the reasons we've seen what he did as a freshman, as a true freshman. What he could do, and just having a whole nother year under his belt, man, it's going to be special. I think that the whole position group is going to be special all around. You can almost, with what we've seen from these guys and what we're expecting to see in the future, you can almost interchange them in my books.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into my list, and say I gotta speak past his comments because this dude types out so fast. Of the tape I've seen of him in college, Jaden Wayne, the way he plays reminds me of Julius Peppers. Yeah, his length is comparable to Julius Peppers. I would go Dwight Freeney though. I think of that more the Elijah Austin. I think his size and his quickness and the way he's built. I see a Dwight Freeney more in him. Are we separating rushes into dirt and stand up? We don't know how Guidry's gonna separate them. We're just doing edges. Guidry can stand up anybody. Guidry had Nigel Kelly playing outside line, you know what I'm saying? Back for a couple of times and playing guys in the flat. So we don't know what he's gonna like that. I don't pretend to know what that mad scientist is gonna do on defense. And a lot of these pieces that he didn't have last year. So we'll see. I'm gonna have a hot take here. I feel Blunt gonna replicate what Bain did last season. At 17,
that's a big statement right there, buddy.
That's a big statement. Take a look at that list. Take a look at that list of the edges.
Look at that D-line list, though.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's disrespectful, and I love it because I'm disrespectful. And Bain is adorable. I mean, freshman coming off a great high school season is remarkable. Yeah, the D-line players are also scheme versatile. Absolutely. Like I said, look at what Nigel Leak did last year. All right. So my top 5 is very similar to both of you guys. I got Wayne. I got Jaden Wayne. The reason I got him 5th at this moment is because Kelly's coming back. I could have had them flipped. I could have had a very similar list to you. I could have had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I went back and forth with that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have had Kelly at 5 because he's coming off the injury. Hopefully he's fully healthy and he's good to go for spring. Because he could get pushed down the chart, you know what I'm saying, that depth chart pretty quickly because there's so many guys in that position. And you don't know what the freshmen are going to come in looking like. But they're not on our list for right now. So I got Wayne Kelly, Mezzi at 3. I went back and forth with him in Austin. Again, coming off an injury is why I put him at 3. EA's coming in, already knowing the defense, doesn't have to wait for the install, can hit the ground running, knows what to expect from Coach Guidry, and Bain at number 1. I think the only differences we all have are where we put Kelly and Wayne and EA and Mezzi. So we just got to get a consensus between all 3 of us how we're going to put. I guess we could just put those 5, really. You know what I'm saying, where we put them. But one thing I don't think any of us said about Bain, he did all that without the depth on the other side.
Without Mezzi on the other side.
Without Kelly on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no, the other guy is no longer there, right? It was sometimes a Chance Williams. Why you had to go to a 3-3-5. You know what I mean? There was no guy on that other side, to this talent level. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The talent level is a talent level. So, you had nobody on the other side. So now Bain isn't going to get double teamed, right? So you're going to have to choose who you double team. Then is Mezzi going to eat? Because that rotation on that other side is going to be crazy. Bain ain't going to get every snap, but he's going to get most of them. So, all right, let's see what fantasy football. Shout out to my guy, Javon. Hold up. I think Austin is going to play a Wesley Saint role more than the DL role.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think he's gonna play more. I think he's gonna stand up, but I don't think he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna stand up. He'll definitely be, the Najee Kelly in that role. Yeah.
That'll be the flip. Yeah. Let's see would you guys say the defensive line is the hardest position to project to the next level coming out of high school, or one of the easiest? That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think it's the hardest. I don't think it's the easiest.
Strong.
You know what I mean? It's somewhere in the middle. I think O-line is the hardest.
Yes.
To protect, because you don't know who's going to grow. You don't know the strength. You don't really know what's going on coming out of high school for O-line.
You don't know the level of competition they were facing.
Yeah.
Because they could look that, because you watch a highlight tape and they're playing against 5'5" guys that are all from private schools. Like, oh, this guy's crazy dominant, but that's all he's ever played against. They might not be able to take that next step up, which some guys are, some guys aren't. You know what I'm saying? Last one, it's going to seem like Bain is going to have a down year because he will be doubled this year. With a full year tape on him, will he still be productive?
That's facts.
Yeah.
See, Smooth. That's facts.
Yeah.
I think he'll still be productive because of what Ben said, the depth of the D line and the quality on the D line. So I think that there'll be people on the D line who demand more attention. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You might give Bain more attention, but then Mezzi's gonna eat, or somebody inside is gonna eat. You know, so it's gonna be hard to just give one person all the attention.
Facts. Ant says, is Ruben athletic enough to go back in coverage, or is he mainly a pass rusher? I don't think you're going to ask him. Yeah, you ask him to go after the quarterback. You don't have him on in coverage. You have other guys for that. You have other skill sets. You got more you got more pieces in the toolbox. You don't have to ask one guy to do everything. He's not a superhero, man. Like, this is a team. You bring different. Najee could cover. I'm saying, because he has the length. Like, you could tell a little bit of it what Gidry wants to do. He like guys with length in the spaces. That's why you have a Wesleyan out there. Not necessarily an EA out there. You put him to pass. You want the guy to cover space. Remember, Najee was really, in that third game, Najee was coming into his own, almost had a pick. They could have taken him back to the crib. And he was starting to get better at that position that he had never played before. Yeah, so fantasy oil is the hardest to project. QB than RB is easier.
Fantasy,
yeah. Kelly's spot is gone. I'm predicting Elijah Alston, Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesito, and Jaden Wynn as our 4 ends. I don't think you can say Kelly's spot.
I don't think it's gone, but yeah.
I don't think it's gone. Like, listen, snaps are snaps. We're gonna find out. Like, some games are gonna call for, I'm saying, a more athletic guy. I'm saying a more space eater like guy like that. So we'll see. You never know. Again, it's just nice to have more tools in the toolbox and not be down to having to change your entire defense to a 3-3-5. All right, got a couple more comments there. I don't think that may be a next year thing when we leak, right? That may be a next year thing. We'll see.
Has he officially been moved to DN? Like, is that an official thing that he's a DN now?
He's been officially moved on my list since he signed last year. Like, that's just where I saw him.
Let me see.
Yeah, Renard, you're gonna have to catch it on the backer. Yeah, he's always gonna be. I think he's gonna be listed.
He's always gonna be listed at a linebacker.
Yeah, you could have him stand up with.
Yeah, he's gonna fall into that, kind of. I don't know what you would call it, like a swing position, the edge, like the rush backer or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you can put him out. You can put him out there. Yeah, you can put him out there for that. For sure. Austin is a pass rusher. Yep. Carl Davis says he better pop or young bulls behind him will jump over him. Yeah, there's gonna be. Yeah, there's guys that are coming, but like I said, we're leaving freshmen off the list because they haven't had any college snaps. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. All right. Defensive tackles. Top 5. We started with Joe on the last one, so we're gonna start with Pope. All right. You got your defensive tackles? Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, so
let's do it.
This one was actually a little bit harder because there's some freshmen coming in that I wanted to put in here, but since we didn't include them,
you can do it. Hey,
you can do it. That's just me, Pope. That's just me saying
that. Joe,
yeah, that's just me.
Well, then let me, Ben, you go first. Then let me reorder this real quick.
All right. So it's not. All right. So I got. Listen, for my defensive line, I got JHH. I'm going. I was gonna go 1 to 5 because I always fuck up a list. All right, so my 5, I do have freshmen on my list.
Are you going 5 to 1?
I'm going 5 to 1. I'm going 5 to 1. Okay. I got Justin Scott coming in late, but still makes a difference.
Okay.
All right. I have JHH at 4. I want to put him at 1, but I want that. Sometimes I want those moments of like, yo, Ben said I was number 4. It's like he might watch this show.
Oh, yeah,
and then he shows out and goes
you as motivation.
Yeah. Yeah, in my mind, that's how he does it. Like, fuck it. Look, hey, if I want to take some sideways credit for some dumb
Hey
shit,
man,
I
hey
feel like
yo,
I feel
yeah,
like I'm part of the reason. I'm part of the reason why Jacoby George balled out last year.
yeah,
'Cause
because you was really talking bad about that dude.
I was talking some wild cat shit last year. If you remember, go back and watch those shows. I really was. All right. We got look. I got CJ Clark, numero uno. Josh Horton and Ahmad Moten. I went back and forth at the 2 and 3 spot for them.
Wait, who's
So
wait,
list
who's three?
Josh Horton at 3
Okay,
and Ahmad Moten at 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I went back and forth with them. Again, Josh Horton didn't play last year. We know he could ball. Ahmad Moten did get snaps. I thought he played solid. You know what I'm saying, when he got in there. So I think we're deeper and better. I could be completely off on this list by the time spring rolls around. Like, it could be a totally different 5. I didn't even mention a Marley Cook, which I think is gonna have a solid, you know what I'm saying, a solid camp. I know that dude up the middle is gonna be crazy. But CJ Clark to me is what we've been missing in that position for a minute. An unselfish player that's just ready to crush people.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Poke, you ready?
Yeah, man. This this one was, I don't know. This one was tough because
It's
there's so
very
many
tough,
guys.
bro.
There's so many times or so many guys you can interchange. But if I'm going in reverse order, I'm also taking Justin Scott at number 5. But I can definitely see him after spring being higher on that list just because of the talent level. But like you said,
He
coming
doesn't
in
come.
late, being young, so it's going to be a little bit tougher on him. But
We got to make a correction. Got to make a correction. I just remembered. Justin Scott doesn't come into the fall, right?
Correct.
He's
okay.
Yeah, so he can't be an early spring guy if he's not
So
going
he
to be
can't be
here.
an early spring guy if he's not going to be here.
So he's got to come off the list.
He's got to. Okay. Well then,
live action editing right there.
Shit.
All right, so what's your number 5? This early enrollee shit and this late graduation because of these private schools fuck me up every time. There's like 6 guys that don't come in till fall. That bothers the fuck out of me. All right.
So if we got to take him out of the picture, then I'm gonna put Blunt there at 5. Just I don't know. I really like that kid. I know he's super young, but the kid's
just turned 17.
Crazy,
happy birthday!
Just turned 17. Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Crazy talented. I think he's gonna be something special. 4, I'm going with Marley Cook. I don't know. He's just that dude up the middle, like you said. It's just gonna, be a monster. I got JH at 3. We know what he can do with his size, and I'm putting Gore at 2. I don't know if you remember watching him in certain games last year.
He is still here.
A lot of people were like, who is this guy? Just wreaking havoc, man. He was all over the place in some of the games I watched him in. Of course, at 1, I also got CJ Clark. Just like you said, that's the type of dude we need to come in and really, fill some gaps and, make a difference on that D line. But I mean, when you go and look down the list, there's so, I mean, it's ridiculous the talent level and how much depth that they were able to put on this defensive line.
So for just an adjustment on my list, I will be adding Gore as my number 5. Take out Justin Scott, because Justin Scott won't be here in spring. For all the reasons you said, but again, like 5 to 1 isn't that big of a difference to me, as far as like what I expect of them. So like my 1 can be my 5. Yeah, my 1 can be my 5 very quickly in like in a 3-minute conversation with y'all. Like, I'm very open to changing my takes on that. Very, because I think it's stupid. Like, I think what we have there is crazy. All right, Joey, what you got?
For people just getting in, for me personally, there's no freshmen on any of my lists, just because I don't know what they can do. You know what I mean? So at 5, I got Joshua Horton. And this is more of a hope, right? Because we don't know. Yep. We don't know what Josh Horton can do quite yet. We know what the size looks like. We know what we've heard, but we don't know for real. So Josh Horton at 5. I got Moten at 4.
Okay.
Moten had some flashes last year. I
Mhm.
remember coming out of the spring game last year. We was like, yo, Moten is
Yeah.
about to be crazy. You know what I
Then we
mean?
realized that that O-line he was doing it against is no longer there
Yeah.
and didn't make it
Yeah.
through spring. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, he still has he's young. He still has definitely the potential and the upside.
Yeah,
to
redshirt
take
sophomore.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at 3, I got Gore at 3. He played good in stretches last year where he was forced to come in, and he did his thing. You know what I mean? He showed he's not the biggest guy, but his motor is crazy. His toolbox is crazy too. You know what I mean? So Gore. At 2, CJ Clark. Based off him getting busy at NC State and playing out of position. You know, he was playing nose at NC State because they run a 30 front. So he was playing nose. Here, I think he'll be a 3 tech. And I think he'll get busy, man. He's quick, you know, quick off the ball. He has great hands and he has good size, man. So I think CJ Clark. Number 1, JHH, man, because he's the man. He's left. He's the man. He's the man, right? He's the elder statesman in the room.
Yep.
You know what I
In the
mean?
cane since the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
all the experience. He has the size and the athleticism, and this is his money year. This is his money season.
Right.
He's going to the league after this, so I'm sure he's about to put his best foot forward. Not saying he hasn't, but this is money year. So JHH for me.
All
All
right.
right. Let's get some of these comments in. Between Moten and Horton, who would you consider the traditional plug-in defensive tackle who is the 3 technique?
And who is the 3 technique? Yeah, I think Horton would be the one tech. I think he'll be lined up, shaded over the center.
Over.
And Moten would be the 3 tech in this situation, to me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree
with you
with
on
that.
that. Yeah, I'm not even going to dispute that one. There's no reason we don't. This ain't first take. We don't got to argue about everything. JHH, CJ Clark, Marley Cook, Josh Horton, Lil Moten, with Scott Lay because he's not an early enrollee. Yeah, those schools kill me, man. Those schools. Yes, actually, Bain can be on both lists. That's a
Yeah, well,
very
we
fair.
saw him move inside some this past season.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
answers. Yeah, Bain. I don't know about permanently. Again, like I think it's almost positionless football on that. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he does it. Like he don't like Guidry don't want you to know who's coming when, what position they're playing exactly. Like you might see a big package when it's all, you know what I'm saying, all D tackles when they're trying to run, or just a speed package, which I think is gonna be like the Marley Cook, Thomas Gore shit. You know what I'm saying, up the middle. When you're tired, you've been bullied all game by Josh Horton, JHH, all these guys, and then you have these fast tweener guys jump in and just run right by you, and they meet at the quarterback. Yeah, Mezzi
No,
can
I
play
don't
inside.
see any of the ends permanently moving in. I just
No,
don't see
they
that
rotate. We don't need to do that. Like we have enough guys. Again, look at our list. This is so far of all the lists we've done. This is the most varied list that we've had as far as like where we rank them. And there's still guys like Joe left Marley Cook off the list. I think a Marley Cook can have the same kind of impact that a Thomas Gore did, right? Similar kind of build, similar kind of guys, and it could vary. Look, I didn't put Cook on mine, and Polk, you had Marley Cook on yours. So that's how varied it can be, and that's how deep we are. We don't need to have that moment where like, oh, we need to bring this guy in, move him inside because we don't have the depth. Now we have the depth now. We have good experience and a lot of questions. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know exactly what they're going to do here, but we know what Mezzi does.
We have bodies now. You know what I mean?
We have bodies
Ruben
now.
Bain really was moved inside out of necessity a lot of times. And there are packages. I think in rush packages, they may move them inside in a rush package. You know what I mean? But permanently, we got bodies on top of bodies. Like these freshmen, Octavius Jones coming through. You know what I mean? Justin Scott, Armando Blunt.
Let me ask you a hypothetical.
Dalen Russell too. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I didn't even mention him. Now, if you could mention the freshman, right? Would they be on your list? If you go, okay, based off what we saw in high school, like, would these freshmen be on your list?
You talking about if Joe would put them on his?
No, just in general. Like,
If
who
we
would you
if we
put?
could, it's
Yeah.
hard for me, man. It's hard for me to do that. I can't. It's hard for me to do that, man.
I feel you.
I know what you're saying, but I just don't. I don't know, fam. Like, I get what you did in high school, man. I really do. I love it. Wow, congratulations, B. But
Thank you for coming here.
it's
Yeah.
just different, son. It's just different, man. It's different when you get on that green tree, man. It's different. It's different.
Look, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Speak Texan. But honestly, I'm a fan of Jaden Wayne, but I feel he might have to move inside, add weight. I don't think he's quick enough on the edge and has enough bend to get on the corner. I think he was asked. I just smacked the shit out of my mic. I think he was asked to play weight too early, man. Like, it's hard to, because you're comparing him to the demon that was Ruben Bain. So, like, when you're seeing those two and, like, one's a little bit further ahead, it's kind of unfair to judge them and grade them out that way. Some guys develop later, some guys develop earlier. Like, we don't know yet. I think he has the size to stay on the end. You know what I mean? Maybe he has to, like, learn that position a little bit better, which is what the coach is going to do. Remember, he wasn't supposed to be playing last year as much as he did. It was out of necessity. It wasn't because he was ready. That was supposed to be Mezzi, Najee Kelly. You had guys there, and they all got hurt in front of him. He's coming in. Then my conversation might have been, yo, man, let's get a redshirt year in. Let's get your body right. Put some size on, you know what I'm saying, and build a technique out. You don't know what those conversations were with the coaches. So I don't think I think it's too early to be like, yo, he needs to move inside. That's it. Again, we're going to get more D tackles. We're going to get people specific to that position that can ball out. The Aska got to move inside. You don't know how far down the depth chart he's going to drop. You know, when he's already been working on one side of it. But I feel what you're saying, though. To get up snaps, we want to get the most talented players on the field. Yeah, Artavius Jones, you know what I'm saying, a.k.a. Juggernaut. Only reason he's not on our list, he's not an early enrollee, doesn't come into the fall. Again, we're going to revisit this list going into the fall, which is going to be tough because you're going to have guys coming in with 6-8 weeks before our first snap, trying to get them incorporated into the program. It's going to be difficult, so can't lag on them.
Hopefully they come in summer A. You know what I mean? Hopefully they there in May, June.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that at least
summer,
gives them, 2-3 months.
Yeah, which is Charles King says waiting on one leg and strength. Yeah, he's got to get bigger, man. Like, again, like not everybody played the level to a Ruben Bain, and that's different. So we got to wait to see what happens.
And remember, Jaden Wayne is being coached by one of the greatest DNs of all time. You know what I mean? Gold Jacket. He's being coached by a Gold Jacket, man. So
yeah,
he'll get it. He'll get it together.
No, you're not being critical at all. Honestly, I understand what you were saying. You know what I mean? Like, because you're thinking, so we got so much depth on the edge and stuff like that. You want to keep, because we've had so much weakness in the inside for so long. You want to keep putting more and more talented guys there. Nah, 100% get it. Remember, we're fans just like you are. We ain't no different.
Right.
Joe Jackson says Wayne got some good experience. His strength will grow over year to year. Exactly. Yeah. He's that's a big dude, man. That's a big guy. Greg Rousseau is what he could, what I think he could have potentially end up being for me. You guys think the D-line is the strength of the team? That's a good question. So, like, overall, like offense and defense, like, if your question, Corey, is offense and defense, is this the best? To me, it's the offensive line.
Yeah, I think the offensive line is definitely the strength of the team.
Yeah.
On defense, if we're talking defensively, I think it's the linebacker room.
Linebackers. Yeah, I was going to go with linebackers as well.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but D-line
right
can
there,
be,
man.
though. It can be.
D-line number 3 for me. D-line number 3.
Period.
No. Overall. Offense, offensive line, linebacker, defensive
yeah, I'm with
line.
you on that one.
But it's like if you ranking them, it's like by decimals though. You know what I mean? If you're doing that 247 ranking shit, it's like by like 0.1, like it's 99.98, 99.9. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit.
The D-line does have the opportunity to definitely be the strength. So, like, if these guys come in Lightfoot, I don't even want to listen, man.
Bro,
Pickett from Lightfoot.
So
Listen,
like
man,
it's
if
crazy to think if the D line can do what we think they can do, how that's gonna make what is seemingly a
a
weakness
weakness,
in the
a
secondary
question mark,
much
a
better.
question mark.
A
Oh,
question
for
mark.
sure.
It's
Absolutely.
gonna make the
100%.
secondary much better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man. Yeah, the front seven. Charles says the front seven. The front seven is the strength of the defense, definitely.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
supposed
for
to
sure.
be. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, trenches are the strength without a D line. Yeah, the linebackers,
Yeah.
but the linebackers is deep, boy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, given the linebackers don't eat without the D line, and but boy, them boys we got in there, problema family. The
Mhm.
old one in the front rows. Yeah, Cole's gonna be
Yeah,
nasty.
that's how it. That's
Yo,
how it's supposed to be, Charles. That's how you win. That's how you win. You got to have both O lines as the strength of the team,
yeah.
and you build around that, man.
Now, Joey, since you were very sensitive about your question earlier, you didn't give us your top 5 offensive linemen. So if you want to go ahead and handle that now, so you don't feel left out of the
No, I'm
previous
good.
show,
I'm good, son.
we're more than happy to. We did have a comment. I saw some comments about us putting Markel Bell as our starting left tackle going into spring. People, again, like I feel like people need to remember that part of it. Like we're not saying
Yeah.
snap one on August 31st. That's not what we're saying. Going into spring, these are my 5, and that's the positions. Anthony Campbell does have a year left.
Yes.
He's just he's still here. See, that's all. I don't. I
That's,
just think there's guys. I hope he takes a step forward because his size and his length will give so many problems. But I don't know. I've noticed Miami recruiting, we always recruit defensive linemen that are edge that are not naturally inside guys. We don't really recruit a ton of defensive tackles. Why is that? We did this year.
yeah, this year for sure.
We sure did. We sure did. We specifically targeted per position. We've had
Yeah.
look, man. I don't want to shit on previous coaches, but we've had previous guys that just got guys that they could get. They never went big game hunting.
Right.
They go, oh, you're committed to Central Michigan? Come on, yeah, you can come on down to Miami. Or App State, yeah, come on down. We weren't they weren't fighting off P5 programs.
No.
They were fighting off G5 programs and try to develop those guys. And then wonder, why don't all these guys develop? Because they're all, you know what I'm saying? Never the guys for I'll take a good education in Miami. Fuck out of here. Like I'll
Yeah.
play for the university 100%. I don't blame any of the players. There was no
Yeah.
standards in the administration.
If
Fuck
I had
out
to
of
choose between Central Michigan and Miami, I mean, what? That's kind of obvious. What you
Exactly.
gonna do?
Exactly.
But didn't Central Michigan beat? Or they almost beat Miami.
They almost
Oh,
Miami.
well,
But
yeah,
again,
they did.
22-19, son. 22-19 was that game.
The Chippewas
Yeah.
of Central Michigan almost got us.
Yeah, and then the next year with the great coach that we had before, also almost lost to App State at home. Another like 6-point victory. Yeah, no, it's been happening. I'm not shitting on those programs. I'm just saying if you were flipping recruits from those programs, but now we're flipping recruits from national championship contenders. Is all I'm saying.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Charles
CB.
King, just CB in the building. But I just can't walk in and leave Honcho, right? Look, man, don't know what Honcho's going to be. He's coming off an injury. Got to factor that in. He might be working his way back in slowly. Again, these are all factors.
Again.
This isn't we're going over everybody or this. No, this is like what we thought when our starting O-line would be going into spring. You got to remember injuries. You got to remember, I'm saying they might have some off-season surgeries that they never tell you about because they don't tell us shit. We find that out, you know what I'm saying? So it's all those factors are in. We went with the guys that we haven't heard anything about and that we know are coming in for, you know what I'm saying, for what they are. And the comparison of from Mark Bell, left tackle played Ken Dorsey. Yeah, Brian McKinney would be
Brian
crazy.
McKinney?
That's the comps you've seen?
It's just because of the size, man. That's
The
all.
size.
6'8". Yeah, 6'8". 6'8". And
Size, but those are
Mount
some,
McKinney right there.
those are some huge shoes to fill with that kind of comp.
I'd be good if he ends up being Chantrell Henderson. Fuck out of here. Like,
Oh my god.
develop.
Remember that dude.
Remember that shit? I thought it was gonna be started right away, and it was injury after injury after injury after injury. So minus the injuries, let's go with that. All right, we got a couple more comments here. You know what I'm saying? we're gonna handle that defensive back comment at the end too that I gotta scroll back to. So are you thinking about drinking the Kool-Aid again? Because I had a sip.
Bro, I've been drinking it.
How was it? Was it good? Let me know what it was like though.
What
Let me know
kind
what
of
it was like.
flavor?
Yeah, I said, what kind of flavor was it? Was it red? Because ain't no flavors, it's colors. We keeping it a buck.
Right.
Nobody goes fruit punch. Yo, is it red? Is it purple? What we talking about over here? Was it the
I had
powder?
fruit
I mean,
punch.
yeah, exactly. Like, what we talking about here? What we talking about? Listen, I'll
What's
keep it.
Kool-Aid? What's drinking the Kool-Aid though? Because I have
Undefeated.
expectations,
We're
but
back.
I'm not. Yeah,
The Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's the Kool-Aid. We're going undefeated. We're back. Miami's back.
that's crazy.
No.
But I do definitely have expectations. I'm not in the camp that I hear from a lot of people, you know what I mean, basically trying to taper the expectations. I'm not in that camp. No,
I'm not in that camp.
definitely.
Mohammed,
Yeah,
we talked about this constantly. We said, you know what I'm saying, we hope he's taking the PowerPoint courses that he needs to take for those game management times. We've talked about that over and over. It's like my guy says, we're beating a dead horse with that one. Cristobal likes to recruit guys and grow into the position. I think it's because he needs to prefer. I think it's because he doesn't prefer guys that dominate high school mainly because of their size. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
No, it's about stacking talent and building depth. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
He finds guys that are like a low 3-star. Then by the time, like, you know what I'm saying, like if you go by star basing, like by the time it's done, it's like a mid 4-star, damn near a 5-star. When they reevaluate,
I don't know about the not liking or likes to recruit guys that grow into their positions, because he's made it plain and clear that he's recruiting aliens. He wants aliens in the building. You know what I mean? So if you're a 16-year-old, 15-year-old dude looking like Armando Blunt, you know what I mean? That's I think that he's recruiting for body types now. You know what I mean? And I don't think that was the case before.
No, you're right. We never heard this. Yeah, we're not doing that. We don't do that here. We don't do the.
We've never looked as good as this
since.
I mean, looked as good as far as what, like just the roster, recruiting and the roster, because we don't know what we look like on the field for real.
No, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah. Right,
a lot of questions about that one. What is the one freshman you guys see making the biggest impact on either through the edge or on the inside, like Ruben did last year? For me, it's Justin Scott because the DT. I'll go first on this one, fellas. Marquise Lightfoot. I think Marquise Lightfoot has the biggest chance. Yeah, just I'm not like you know what I'm saying, friend of the show, been on the channel. We chopped it up with him. Marquise Lightfoot is my guy. Like just. Like the Ben's my guy list continues to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like as it ever evolving. People leave, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Marquise Lightfoot for me. Same for you, Poke?
Same for me. Yeah. But I think one, I don't know if he's going to be an impact freshman on that level, but just a dude that's going to, I think, surprise a lot of people is Cole.
Cole McConaughey.
He's kid's
you know nasty. What? If there's one guy that I would say might grow into a defensive tackle, might be Cole McConaughey.
You just don't win defensive high school player of the year in Alabama for nothing. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not. And your ranking doesn't go up. Like it's the South. They don't know nothing about football. Fucking idiot. Joe, you look very like you're deep in thought right now. Who exactly were you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would say Justin Scott if he was enrolling early. Yeah. But at DT, man, I think it's hard to come in the fall and get busy and have that type of impact.
I think he sits for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, you can just hope that he's doing work now and preparing for when he comes in,
Yeah.
on his own.
But that work, it's hard to emulate what they doing now, man. It's real hard.
Ain't no competition. You're not seeing your direct competition on the field. Like you could look at Josh Horn and be like, all right, that's a motherfucker I got to beat out. You look at Artavius Jones, like, yo, that's a motherfucker. Like they could talk in group text, but it's very different. It has very different.
Is Booker Pickett an early enroll? Is he early? Is he there
Booker
now?
Pickett's early enroll. Yeah, he's there now.
Yeah.
Remember, he was doing all the All-Star games.
I think
he was doing all.
I think Mr. Pickett, man. Like his ability to get to the quarterback is like unmatched right now. So I think Booker Pickett if I had to pick somebody.
We'll take a few more questions before we bounce up out of here. Miami had
Yeah, I'm
35
taking the
sacks
over.
last season. I'm taking the over.
Taking the
taking
over on that one.
Yeah.
If this is 100% the over on that one. Remember, again, we didn't have two of our starting defensive ends, and we had to rely on a true freshman to get the pressures in, who outplayed the rest of that D line. Like that's not going to happen. Next year, Ruben Baines is going to be another guy that's going to be killing the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got the depth at the defensive tackle position this upcoming year too.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Westlake with EA college football dropping this summer. Who do you guys think will be the highest rated Kane? Ooh, X or Kiko? Damn, that's a good question. Wes coming up.
I'm gonna say Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Cam, Cameron Ward is the number one guy on that list. Shout out to my Skin It, man. I got my PS5 Skin It UM on there ready for the EA. Definitely recommend it. Go check it out. Pickett is very polished. Pass rusher already. When he adds weight, it's over. Yeah. And he's early.
Yep.
And he's like biggest factor for guys who we think are going to be impact players is early enrollees. We don't know what the fall guys are going to be yet. Look, Mark Fletcher came in late. Mark Fletcher's already was down here. He could have been. It's a little different. Yeah, it's a little different behind one of the best O-lines we've had in a long time. That's only going to get better. Armando is light for his projected interior D-line future. He's young.
He just turned 17. So
yeah,
he
could sit for like
yeah.
You
don't have
no
those
rush
man
on him
shoulders yet. You got to give him.
And we don't need him to play right away. We don't need him.
Yeah.
I say Honest Cooper, we the highest rate, we the highest overall. Okay.
He'll be ranked high. He won't even be, I don't think he'll be the highest O lineman.
Who would you have? Who would you have the CC?
I think they'll probably have Francis as the highest O lineman.
Jay Singh says Jay Singh's gonna create his own player, be rated 99 across the board. I'm not gonna play because I think he cursed in it, and I'm not trying to get knocked down again. we got like limited shit last time.
Right, but do you think that how when the new games come out, they always go to the previous year's roster? So if they're going to go off of last year's roster, you would take Cohen. I think is one of the highest rated. But are they going to put this upcoming season's roster in? So I mean,
that's where the updates come in, right? That's where
right.
Also, like, we got to talk to somebody. We're gonna have to hit up somebody at EA Sports. Like, how's the compensation going to work for these players? Like, if you got to give out licensing with the NIL shit, like, there's a lot of
they
questions.
Have an option. I think the players have an option to buy in or opt in to the game, and they get compensation. I'm not sure what the compensation is, but they have an option to opt in or not.
So this is the last question, and we up out of here. If the new college football game coming allows you to hire and fire coordinators, are y'all making moves or keeping the staff together? Poke, we're gonna finish it with you.
Oh, I'm keeping them together. I don't got no reason to fire any of them. Yeah.
No. All right, I'm good with all of them.
I like to start from scratch, man. I'm getting rid of every fucking start. Nah. I mean, ultimately, listen, we're the ones with the sticks, man. So it don't matter who the freaking coordinators are.
Yeah, I always put myself as the head coach. Yeah, always. Like, erase his name because it's always like some generic ass name. I don't put my name in there. I'm saying, add your boy, man, Kanan 84 on the PS5, man. After I get my PS5 back, gotta send it out for some repairs. Where you at, Ant?
No, we got 99 in here, man. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please
go check out youheardpodcast.com, man. The new shirt is live on there. Our first graphic tee.
I was just saying about the shirt, dog.
Oh no, son, because my dog jumped on me, got hair all over it, man. When I went out there. It was not a good look. And this is against college football rules. Can a guy like Jason Taylor on his own time go off campus and coach Justin? No, he cannot.
No, they can do the camps on campus camps, that type of stuff.
Yeah, they can do on campus, but they can through like a third party. Like, I don't know if y'all watched Night Car workout with that wide receiver coach. They can go off and do their own thing and stuff like that, but they cannot have any interactions with the coaches during this time till spring game starts. It's a serious violation. And NCAA be waiting on us to fuck up. So can't do none of that. All right, guys. We're about to be up out of here, man. Mazador and Kelly still cooking. Yeah. Appreciate all y'all, man. We had 110 in the chat. 96 right now as we bounce, man. We up out of here, man. It's that You Heard Podcast. Go check out youheardpodcast.com, man, for the new merch. We up out of here. Peace.